Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for April 4th, 2025. Firstly, the US and India are engaged in critical trade talks, with officials from both countries working to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. The negotiations are expected to continue throughout the week and will provide ongoing coverage and analysis of this development in international trade relations. In other news, the aftermath of the devastating earthquake in Myanmar is being hindered by the country's military junta, which is imposing significant bureaucratic and logistical barriers to relief efforts. Aid workers are racing against time to deliver critical assistance to affected areas, despite the regime's restrictive policies. Lastly, the White House has disputed a report claiming that Elon Musk will soon be leaving his role as head of the Department of Government Efficiency. While the report suggested that Musk's approach to cutting government spending had divided top Trump aides, the White House denies this, stating that Musk will depart from his role when his work is complete. These are the key stories we're following tonight. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide in-depth analysis as more information becomes available. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. I'm Walter, and we'll see you tomorrow. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. First, in international relations, tensions are rising between Iran and Western nations over Tehran's nuclear program. France's foreign minister has warned that a military confrontation with Iran is almost inevitable if negotiations fail. Diplomats are working tirelessly to find a resolution, and will continue to provide updates as more information becomes available. In another developing story, the conflict between Israel and Hamas continues, with both sides suffering significant losses. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has offered to let Hamas leaders leave Gaza, but demands that the group abandon its arms. We'll keep monitoring the situation and provide updates on any progress towards a ceasefire. Finally, in sports news, Reims has secured a spot in the French Cup final against defending champions, Paris Saint-Germain. The match was closely contested, with Reims taking an early lead and ultimately winning 2-1 against fourth-tier Cannes. This is a significant achievement for Reims, who last reached the final in 1996. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with more news and insights. This is Barbara Waters reporting. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Today, we've been following the developing story of President Trump's tariffs on imports from major trading partners, including China, the European Union, and Japan. In our first article, we examined the potential consequences of these tariffs on the economy, with former U.S. Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers warning of an oil shock-type effect, leading to increased prices, reduced employment, and decreased investment. Summers criticized the Trump administration's approach to protectionism, arguing that it's not even good mercantilism. In our second article, we delved deeper into the short-term impacts of these tariffs, with Summers noting that the timing of the announcement is bizarre, coinciding with the closing of U.S. markets, and could lead to increased market volatility and uncertainty. Finally, in our third article, we reported on the global market reaction to the tariffs, with stocks plummeting and investors scrambling to assess the impact on their portfolios. The European Union, China, and other affected countries have vowed to retaliate against the U.S. with their own tariffs, sparking concerns of a tit-for-tat trade war. As we move forward, several key events will shape the trajectory of this story, including corporate earnings reports, Friday's non-farm payroll report, and talks between the U.S. and its trading partners to resolve the trade disputes. Remember, my friends, don't panic is always the best approach when dealing with market uncertainty. We'll continue to bring you updates on this developing story as more information becomes available. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Lewis. Firstly, we took a closer look at NASA's preparations for the Artemis missions to the Moon, specifically highlighting the crucial role of the Ames Research Center in California's Silicon Valley. The center has been instrumental in testing and developing the Orion spacecraft, including its thermal protection system, which will shield astronauts from extreme temperatures during re-entry. Secondly, we delved into the world of stellar astronomy with a remarkable discovery about the behavior of stars. Researchers found that acoustic modes in stars can reveal the deepening of convective envelopes, a phenomenon that has significant implications for our understanding of stellar evolution. This breakthrough could revolutionize our knowledge of stellar structure and behavior. Lastly, we explored how these advancements in space exploration and astronomy remind us of the importance of pursuing knowledge with humility and rigor. As we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible, we're also reminded of our responsibility to expand our understanding of the universe and ourselves. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the latest developments in space exploration and astronomy. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember that the universe is full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we delved into the world of science and innovation, discussing breakthroughs in technology and their potential impact on our daily lives. We highlighted the importance of embracing progress while appreciating the value of traditional knowledge. Next, we took a culinary journey to Geelong, Australia, where we discovered Alma, a contemporary bistro serving up delicious South American cuisine with a modern twist. We met chef Jesse Hughes, who shared his passion for creating dishes that cater to diverse dietary needs and bring people together. Lastly, we traveled to Memphis, Tennessee, to visit the Four Way, a historic soul food restaurant that has been a cornerstone of the community for over 70 years. This iconic eatery has played host to legendary figures from the civil rights movement and continues to serve as a gathering place where people from all walks of life come together to share in the joy of good food and warm conversation. These stories showcase the beauty of everyday life, the importance of tradition, and the power of food to bring us together. As we conclude our evening podcast, we're reminded that even in a world filled with division and discord, there are still places like the Four Way where people can find common ground and connect over a warm meal. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we'll see you again soon on the AI Daily Press. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm Joan, your host for the AI Daily Press. In today's edition, we covered some exciting news in the entertainment industry. First up, legendary band Sparks announced their North American tour dates, set to kick off in May. The iconic duo will be bringing their unique blend of art rock, pop, and electronic music to fans across the continent. We also dived into the world of fashion, where celebrities are making bold statements on the red carpet. While some looks are stunning, others are just plain ridiculous. As someone who's been in the industry for decades, I've seen my fair share of fashion dos and don'ts. In other news, Sparks is working on a new movie musical project with acclaimed director John Woo, which promises to be a visually stunning and musically captivating experience. And finally, we shared some practical tips on how to improve your TV's picture quality. By tweaking your TV's basic settings, such as adjusting the color temperature and turning off motion smoothing, you can significantly enhance your viewing experience. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press. We'll be back tomorrow with more exciting news and updates from the world of entertainment and beyond. Until then, good night and happy watching. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is Data to Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, a recent report has shed light on the devastating impact of uncontrolled livestock grazing on streamside habitats in Arizona and New Mexico. Approximately half of the surveyed areas have shown substantial damage, while 13% have incurred moderate damage. This highlights the urgent need for sustainable land management practices that balance the needs of livestock with those of the environment. In other news, a groundbreaking discovery has been made in the field of chemistry. Researchers have developed a novel approach to photo-induced copper-catalyzed derakamization of alkyl halides, which could revolutionize the production of pharmaceuticals, agrochemicals, and other fine chemicals. This breakthrough has sent shockwaves through the scientific community and has the potential to drive progress in various fields. Lastly, we're looking at the alarming decline of streamside habitats due to human activities. A recent report highlights the importance of protecting these sensitive ecosystems, which are crucial for the survival of endangered plants and animals. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these areas, but more needs to be done to address the impact of livestock grazing on the environment. These stories remind us of the delicate balance between human activities and the natural world. As we move forward, it's essential to recognize the intrinsic value of our ecosystems and our responsibility to safeguard them for future generations. Thank you for tuning into the AIDailyPress Evening Podcast. We'll continue to bring you updates on these important stories and more. Until next time, good night. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Etchenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.